All right, last but not least, our final part here is this little linkage peg. So hopefully at this point, it should be a pretty easy one, but couple dimensions. This looks like a revolve. I'm going to kind of do what we did with the linkage peg, where I'll create this little cylindrical part first, and then I'll create the head of it. Okay, so here we are, modeling this one in place like we did last time. I'm going to start a new sketch right on the face of this guy. Okay. So to do this, I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to create a small circle that's going to be approximately, going to keep it really small for now. I'm going to double check what the size is. See, it's a diameter of 0.0625. Okay, so dimension, this guy, 0.0625. Hit enter. Oh, and it does match that circle. I'm also actually going to create a little point here right in the middle. And we're going to reuse that in a second. That's why I want to have that there. Okay. So after we've got that portion, I'm going to go ahead and extrude that shape. It's going to be, again, the base of the peg. Flip the direction of it. Just need to know the length. This length is shown right here, 0.25. Type that in, 0.25. I'll just do that blind. Hit the check. Okay, so right now I've got that. Oh, and looks like it accidentally changed it to an add. I want to make sure that's a new part. So make sure you double check that. New part, 0.25, hit the check. All right, so there's the base of our peg. Next up, we've got this little dome size. Okay, so in order to do that, and first off, I'm going to unhide or show the sketch again, because I'm going to use this point, right? I do want a plane right there. Again, I could measure it. Another way we could do this plane, though, is using, instead of offset, I'm going to use plane and a point. So the plane I'm going to have, I want it to be parallel with the bottom. The point I want it to intersect is that point. And now I should have plane number 5 cutting it right across there. Okay, so hit the check. And if you can kind of see, it's kind of hard to tell here, but it is cutting it right through the middle there. All right, so now I'm going to start a new sketch on that plane 5. I'm just going to choose it from the list here, since I know that's the one I want. And let's look at it from the top. All right, and if you ever want to, I believe there's actually a little shortcut. Hold on, before I do a sketch, if you wanted to hide some of the planes, all right, so there's the plane 5. Let's say this one is kind of in the way. If I hit the letter P, it actually hides all the planes, so just be careful. If I hit P again, then it'll show them. Okay, so in this case, I do want to sketch on plane 5 and rotating it around just so that we're kind of seeing it straight on. And it's going to be this portion right here. So I saved that point from earlier just so I know that's the center I want to work with. All right, next up, just creating this little arc shape with the line. So let's come back over here. Gonna extend this line out. And then maybe I'll do another line over here. And again, I'm just eyeballing it for now. It's probably going to be way smaller than that. And then finally, I need that 3-point arc. Let's go and click here. And for now, I'm just going to leave it without any constraint on this side. Okay. Now I'm getting the overall height is 0.325. So if I want to adjust this top portion, I'm going to subtract the 2. 0.325 minus 0.25. Let's go ahead and do that. Dimension from here to here. Okay, and again, it was 0.325 minus, I'm doing 0.325 minus 0.25. Oops, 0.325 minus 0.25. There's that. And then the radius was 0.1562. So from here, 0.1562. Right. Notice that this is still blue. What I'm seeing is showing to me is this point and this point need to be in line with each other. So I'm going to, and in this case, it's a little bit strange, but this actually should be vertical because we're looking at it from the side. So I'm going to have this vertical to that. And just kidding, maybe we are going to do, I'm going to undo that, Control Z. I am going to make that horizontal. That's what I meant. Okay, that locks this in line with each other. All right, now it's all black. Hit the check. We'll revolve that shape. Remember, this is going to be adding, and I'm going to add this to the part that I was making earlier, the little peg portion there. And then the revolve axis is just the middle of that. Now it should be all one part. Hit the check. Right, we've got that little peg all set up. And if you want to double check, I might, for example, let's hide the linkage arm here. And maybe I'll hide that left front wheel just to show you. Okay, I've got that peg all set up. And like we were doing before, I'll unhide those again. Okay, let's go ahead and organize ourselves. Right click after we selected them. This is for the linkage peg. Check mark. Rename the part. Linkage peg. And hopefully from the other videos you saw, if you wanted to replicate those with the linear pattern and mirror, you could do that as well. You can always change the color as well if you want to do that. Right, you can make it, I don't know, black or something. All right, that should wrap that up all of our parts. Next video, we'll talk about assembly.